Hello, dear students. Today's topic is nomenclature of coordination compounds. We'll talk about certain rules related to them. So, we'll discuss all these rules one by one. So, first, we'll talk about the rules related to the nomenclature of ligands. Dear students, in the previous videos, we have learned about the type of ligands on the basis of charge on them. So on that basis, we have got three kind of ligands: neutral ligands, negative ligands, and positive ligands. So when it comes to the neutral ligands are named as molecules. So you can see here I have written certain examples like CO is named as carbonyl, CS is thiocarbonyl, NO is nitrosyl, C5H5N is pyridine, NH2CH2CH2 NH2 is ethylene, diamine, which in short can be written as EN. H2O and ammonia are given special name, like H2O is known as aqua when it is used as ligand, and NH3 is known as amine when it is used as ligand. When it comes to the negative ligands, for the negative ligands, they are always named by putting suffix O in place of E at their end. Few examples I have listed here, like Cl minus is called as chlorido. In place of in chloride, place of E is taken up by O, so it is better now as ligand known as chlorido, or it is also called as chloro. Both are right. Next is Cn minus. Normally it is cyanide. E is replaced by O when it is used as ligand, so cyanido or cyano. It is sulfide normally, but as ligand it will be sulfido. It is carbonate normally, but as ligand it will be carbonato. And same way, other negative ligands also will be named. Now, when it comes to the positive ligands, then positive ligands are named by putting IUM suffix to the respective name of the group. Like NO plus is called as nitrosonium, NO2 plus is nitronium, NH2, NH3 plus is hydrazinium, that way. Now, here I am going to tell you about some special kind of ligands. They are known as ambidentate ligands. They are special ligands. Actually, they are monodentate ligands. They are such monodentate ligands which can attach themselves to the central metal atom or ion through more than one donor atoms. Like, I have written two examples. This is usually thiocyanate. This thiocyanate, when it is used as ligand, it can attach to central metal atom either via N, or it can attach itself via sulfur. That means it has two donor atoms. So at times it attaches central metal atom via N, and it can attach to central metal atom via S. Similarly, I have the second example of NO2 minus. Here it also has two donor atoms. One is O and other one is N itself. When it comes to the name of such ambidentate ligands, so what do we do in general? In general, the name of the particular ligand ends with the symbol of the donor atom with which it is attaching to the central metal atom or ion. Like when this thiocyanato attaches itself through S, it will be called as thiocyanato S. When it attaches itself via nitrogen, then it will be known as thiocyanato N. In case of NO2 minus ambidentate ligand, when it attaches via nitrogen, we call it nitro. But when it attaches via oxygen, it becomes as ONO minus, then we call it as nitrito. Though we can call it as nitro N and nitro O as well, but nitro O can better be called as nitrito. Now, moving on to the next rule. Next rule is related to the order of naming ligands. So here you can see one example of the coordination compound. In this coordination compound, the central metal ion is cobalt, which is bonded with chloride, chlorido, cyanido, this nitro, and this amine. Now question comes when we write the name of the ligands. So in which way we write the name of these ligands? So the answer of this question is we write the names of the ligands in alphabetical order. Alright, we follow the alphabetical order of the dictionary. Like amine starts with A. So this will be written first. Then comes chlorido. Chlorido. It starts with C. Then comes cyano. Cyano also starts with C. Now here which will come first, that will be decided by the next letter. Like chlorido, the second letter is H, cyano, the second letter is Y. So definitely chlorido will be reported first, followed by cyano. And nitro comes at last because it starts with the letter N. So when we write the names of the ligands and coordination compound, we report them in alphabetical order. Now, to understand the next rule, number of ligands, again we'll look at this structure. Here, amine are 3 in number. Means the same ligand is more than one time. Clear? In such cases, to represent the number of the ligands, we use prefixes like di, tri, tetra, penta, etc. These prefixes we use for monodentate ligands. But when we come on to polydentate ligands, for example, if I take ethylene diamine. Now, in the name itself, you see the prefix is present. So, for such kind of polydentate ligands, where already in the name such prefixes are present, then we don't use prefix di, tri, tetra, penta, and so on. In place of them, we use different prefixes like bis. Bis for 2 in number, tris for 3 in number, tetrakis for 4 in number, pentakis, hexakis, and so on. Suppose in a coordination complex, ethylene diamine is 2 in number. Then its name will be bis ethylene diamine. I hope it is clear. Now, there are certain monodentate ligands where these prefixes are not there. But the use of these prefixes di, tri, tetra, penta may create unnecessary confusion. I'll take example like suppose methylamine is one of the ligand in a coordination compound. Now, suppose methylamine is more than 1 in number, that means it's 2 in number in a coordination compound. Methylamine is twice in a coordination compound. Then if I write dimethylamine, it will create unnecessary confusion. So for such kind of monodentate ligands where the use of such traditional prefixes creates unnecessary confusion, for such monodentate ligands also we use the prefixes bis, tris, tetrakis, pentakis, hexakis, and so on. I hope this particular rule is clear to all of you. Now coming on to the fourth rule, it is related to the nomenclature of central metal atom or ion. We have talked about that how we will name ligands. Alright, now we'll talk about how we will name central metal atom or ion in coordination compound. So always remember the first rule, the name of the central metal atom or ion ends with its oxidation state, written in Roman numeral enclosed within bracket. That means whenever you write the name of a coordination complex, the name of central metal atom or ion will always end it with its with its oxidation state written in Roman number, should be enclosed in a bracket. Now, as we know, coordination complexes can be of 3 types: neutral, cationic, and anionic complexes, and we know the criteria of this division. So when it comes to the neutral and cationic complexes, the common name of the central metal atom or ion is written followed by its oxidation state. So I have one example here. This example is of cationic complex. You can see here the cation is the complex one. So here the ligand is ammonia, or I can say amine now. This amine is 2 in number, so its name will be diamine. Now the name of the ligand will be followed up by the name of the central metal atom or ion. So here diamine silver. the common name will be used, because this particular coordination sphere is cationic. Alright, so name of the central metal atom or ion will be its common name. So the name of this will be diamine silver. I'll write here diamine silver will be followed up by its oxidation state. So if you calculate the oxidation state of silver comes 1. So written in Roman number enclosed in bracket. So this way we write the name of this coordination entity. Alright. Now when it comes to the anionic complexes, in anionic complexes the name of the central metal atom or ion ends with the suffix 8 followed by its oxidation number. Now sometimes we use the Latin names of the central metal atom or ions as well. To make you clear this particular rule, I have written one example. In this example you can see the coordination sphere is anion. That's the reason this complex is anionic complex. Now, in this anionic complexes, you can see Cn minus cyanido is the ligand, which is 2 in number. So, we can call it as dicyanido. And since it is anionic complex, so we don't use a common name of silver. We use its Latin name, that is argentum, but we don't use argentum. Argentum should be followed up by a suffix 8. So the silver's name in this complex will be argentate. Alright. So if I write the name of this coordination sphere, it will be dicyanido argentate followed by the oxidation number of silver, that is 1 in Roman number enclosed in brackets. I hope this video is knowledgeable for you and you have understood the concept.